Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to Monday Live. Goodness, I have some weird hair things happening. I'm so happy to see you. We have so much to talk about, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's been a week. All kinds of things have happened. And here we are. So thank you for coming to my weekly live. We are live here on Mondays at 5 p.m. Central, which is the time that it is right now. And I am super excited to see you all here. I hope that you're having a great week, or your week is starting off great, something like that. I don't know. Thank you again for being here and welcome. So, as many of you know, my son runs cross country. We're getting down to the wire. He had his conference championship last week on Thursday, and he won the race, which was very exciting and even more impressive because he did it for the majority of the race. He did it in one shoe. So they wear spikes, and he lost his spike, like somebody, like, you're the heel of your foot and you catch somebody. You know what I mean? I'm trying to design, like, your shoe gets healed and it pops off. You're welcome for the visual. Yeah, so somebody did that, and so his shoe was like half off, and then he took a few more steps, and then his whole foot came out. And so that happened, like, I want to say, like, about a half a mile or 3/4 of a mile in a 3.2 mile race. So I didn't know that was going on. I'm taking pictures. I'm cheering for him. He's in the lead almost, like, the majority of the whole race. He was in the lead, and I was so excited. He's going to be the champion. He crosses the finish line, and his shoe was off, like, and nobody noticed because he wears spikes, and the spikes, grip the ground, and nobody noticed, or I don't know, maybe his coach noticed, I don't know, but I didn't notice because his socks were white. Well, the top part of his socks were white, and his spikes are white. So I literally went back in the pictures that I was taking. I'm like, yeah, he really does only have one shoe on. So that was pretty funny. And not easy to do either, because he said his hip hurt from running uneven, and it's not like your spikes are that thick, but when you're running a race like that, I think it does make kind of a difference. So, it's inconvenient. And his time probably could have been faster, but he still won, so who cares? Anyway, so it was so exciting. He was on cloud nine, so that was so fun. He's never won a cross-country race before. Usually when you run cross-country, you're competing against like 50 to 100 or 200 or 300 people. And so to be the winner is kind of a big deal. Now, this was their conference, and his biggest competition was from his own teammates because his team is very good. And so he really was just, there was a few guys that are good in his conference, but honestly, most of them were on his own team. So he did it, and it was so exciting. And then he got interviewed by the local news station, which was pretty exciting for him as well. And I don't think I shared the clip because my friend found the clip. Oh my gosh, I Googled and Googled and Googled and couldn't find it, but she had somehow gotten the link to it and texted it to me, and that's how I got it. And I don't know. Anyway, it was really cute. So that was a lot of fun. And then this week on Wednesday, he has his conference championships, which will be a lot stiffer competition. And then this is what determines who goes to state. So that's a big thing. So the top 3 teams go to state at this meet, and they definitely have a lot more competition at this one. So it'll be a much tougher race. It's also at his home course, which is probably the toughest course in the state, if not the toughest. It's one of the toughest. And but it's his home course, so he knows it really well. So he's excited. We're excited. Oh my gosh. Ah! And then state is the week after. So I guess that's next week, isn't it? Oh, this month is going way too fast. So we're about to wrap up his senior cross country season. I am having a hard time handling that. But it's been so fun watching him all year. He's worked, you guys, I can't even tell you how hard he's worked so incredibly hard. He's dropped weight to make himself more efficient. And he's eating really healthy. I mean, he's doing so many things to do all of this. So yeah, the contest is still going on, I think, for another day and a half or so. That's the local news, I think. They nominate four student athletes each week for whatever. And he's nominated against or with the girl who won the cross country, the girls race, and then I think a football player and maybe I'm not sure what the other one was. So anyway, yes, if you saw my post, I said to Carl, there is one thing I could do, and that is rally a bunch of ladies to vote. So yeah, if you haven't voted, please still vote. He's in the lead. And I don't know what it means. I don't know. I think he might get featured on the news again or something. I'm not sure. So, but it's just fun. It's good exposure for cross country because, of course, you know, they feature football constantly, but cross country doesn't get much recognition in the world. And so we really love sharing cross country and highlighting it whenever we can because it's definitely a great sport. Both my kids were in it, and I'm really I think it's been really good for them. So that was a whole thing. Then this weekend, so it's been such a busy week. This weekend I was in Minneapolis because my cousin, who is a few years older than me, he has been training for 6 months to be in a bodybuilding contest, like a professional bodybuilders, like crazy. So he's a doctor, and his wife is a personal trainer, and they both are like work out all the time. Like they're very, very avid, healthy, working out kind of people. He's always been pretty muscular. And so he's been training for 6 months to participate in this bodybuilding contest. And I don't know about you, but I've never like seen an actual bodybuilding contest. I've only seen like, you know, stuff on TV or whatever, and probably not like an actual real life one, just like in movies or TV or whatever. So anyway, he's been working super duper hard on this, and he texted we have a cousins group chat, and he texted us and said, "Hey, I'm doing this. Could you come and like support me?" And like, okay, my cousin's never asked me to do anything in 50 years. So yeah, I of course would definitely do that. So we went to this competition, and my sister, so his mom came, my aunt, from Mexico. She's the one I went to see. It was her 80th birthday in January when we went to Mexico. So she flew in from Mexico. So a whole, like, he had the biggest cheering section in the whole competition, I think. And it was so crazy. So before him were like the pro women and the pro men. And wow. Like, wow. So it was pretty funny having Carl watch the women. But my cousin's wife said that the women, you know, they wear their little bedazzled bikinis. And she said they're like thousands of dollars for these bedazzled bikinis, which I think is insane. And then the guys wear like just a Speedo-esque thing. Anyway, it was crazy, you guys. Not the least of which was the spray tan that he did. And oh, Stacy, he did the all natural. He had to do a polygraph test, and then he won, so he had to pee in a cup. But he won his age bracket, and he got third in the novice. And I think the novice is just like anybody who's not professional. I didn't totally understand all that, but we showed up and we cheered loud. I used my cross-country cheering mom skills twice this last week to cheer, and it was really cool. He did so well, and it was kind of crazy. It was very crazy, like watching the whole thing. But I think the most disturbing part was the spray tan because he was not a natural color, like at all. And then we took all these pictures afterwards. And you know, when they're on the stage and the lights are on them, they look different than when you're in person with them, because in person it was like, whoa. And whatever is on him looked like a combination of spray tan and like, I don't know if it was makeup. It had a little shimmer to it, and maybe that's for the lights and everything. And then some of the guys had a little oil in some places. Just saying. It was very interesting, and I hope A, he does not have white sheets, and B, it came off because it was just wrong. So it was really funny. On Friday, he texted all of us a picture of him. He had like his first layer of spray tan, or maybe it was just tanning lotion or whatever on. So he just looked like a little orangey fake tan, but he had like his dress shirt on and his stethoscope around his neck, and he's smiling, and we are kind of giggling. And then I wasn't prepared because when we saw him, he had many more layers on. It was crazy. Let me see if I can find a picture, because you guys you need to see this. Also, I texted my daughter and she goes, "Mom, I cannot unsee that." And I'm like, well, it was crazy. But okay, so I'll show you. Here's a picture, and warning. Now, this is my cousin who's 4 years older than me. I think 4 or 5 years older than me. So I'm almost 50, so he's 54. Okay. So, are you ready for this? Okay. This was like when he was winning. This is like after he won, so then they're like taking pictures of him on stage. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so there he is. Now, this is him afterwards. Note the color difference. Like he's on regular lights and then on stage lights. Big difference. I thought he looked like olivey brown. Now there were other people who looked like orange or even gold. And then one guy looked kind of green. It was really weird. Like, and I've never seen anything quite like it, let me tell you. But I was really excited because he worked so hard for this. I know he's been working really hard. And it was just kind of, it was like a whole nother thing I've never experienced before. So, but I think he'll like probably keep doing it, maybe. I'm not sure. He really enjoyed it. So anyway, I know, right? The Hulk, for sure. It was really crazy to just see the whole thing. And they're like, I don't know how old the guys were, but I think some of the 50 plus, they were definitely he was probably the oldest. Well, I don't know. There's maybe one guy who was older, but then I think the others were right around 50. Anyway, it was interesting. But then like the guys that won the pro were like insane. Like, whoa. I don't know why he had to, I don't know why they do the spray tan. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. I know, right, Sherry? Because, like, they make them flex and do their thing, like, at all the angles. And the one guy, okay, so Stacy, whose husband does this, she said spray tan, sorry, to show the definitions of the muscles under the lights. I think that makes sense, but the thing that was really crazy is the guys who won the pro group, they were like really crazy. And this one guy had like this weird thing going on with his butt muscles. I don't know. Like I've studied anatomy and I didn't know they'd do that. It was interesting. And then some of them had props, so that was interesting too. Yeah, it was like I had a hard time like when the props came out, like, whoa, I wasn't prepared for that. Okay. And then what else was I gonna say? So then it was really funny because they would tell him like which pose to do, and then they said, oh, you can relax. But the way they stand there to relax did not look relaxing at all. And then we also told my cousin he needs to work on his facial expressions because he looked like he was dying, but he wasn't. So anyway, it was interesting. One guy came out in a kilt and had swords. Another guy had like a Freddy Krueger hat and like the knife hand thing. That was weird. And maybe he had a cape or something too. One of the women, she had some kind of capey thing on, but then that all comes off because they got to show their muscles, right? I don't know. It was just interesting because what they do is they like have some music and then they basically do all their little flexi poses to the music a little bit. I don't know. The guy who won the pro competition, he did the Freddy Krueger, and let's just say he had the most, what's the word? Personality. It was interesting. So yeah. So if you're just joining in, you got to go back and watch the beginning. So there you go. Okay. So now I did see someone asked a little bit, where the link to vote is. It's on my personal Facebook page and it's also on my business Facebook page. So if you check that out, you'll see it. If you want to throw Carl a vote, that'd be great. And yeah, so those were like my big things that happened since we last talked. It's not at all a Magic Mike show. There was no gyrating. There was no crotch in your face situations at all. It was very professional. Because even the people with props, they still were doing their thing to just flex their muscles. It just was, I wasn't prepared for it to come out. Like I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect that, I guess I would say. So there you go. Anyway, I really just had to share though, because it was an interesting experience. And so we took a bunch of pictures with him afterwards, and I put my arm around him thinking, oh, it should be okay. Yeah, my hand was like covered in stuff. and it sparkled a little bit. I kind of wonder how long it took to come off. Like, I texted yesterday and said I needed an update, but I didn't get a response, so we'll see. I'm hoping for an update on his current coloring. So anyway, it was really cool to see him do that. We had a good time, so there you go. All right, I have a few announcements, and then I have to show you guys some mail that came, like crazy mail, crazy happy mail. First up, we have, so I have my class packet sale is still happening. And I actually today, we found another tote with a few classes. And so I'm going to add the, I'm gonna redo the, well, I'm going to provide a new link is I guess what I'm trying to say. The link that's on here still works. So there's a link in the description of this video if you want. You can still use it. But then, like I said, I've got new classes. I'm going to email that out in the morning along with another link that's going to have my current classes that are available. So that will include any extra Sunshine and Creativity delivered boxes, as well as the new class that we found. I think there's just one class that we found packets for. Well, maybe there were two in there. I have to look. That's why we're waiting till tomorrow. And we're almost done emailing all of the class PDFs. Just about done, I think. So, so if you're waiting for the PDFs, we're just about done with them. I think we're about 80 or 90% done. We had a few hundred emails to send out, so it was a lot. Okay, so I gotta show you what came in the mail last week. And I think this might have even come the day I was live, but I can't remember. Okay, so this box came, like, when I saw it, I was like, now that's weird. Why am I getting this gigantic box? Because I had a swap from our new catalog kickoff that was due last week. But look at this bright, beautiful, happy box. Isn't it gorgeous? Now, I would have been happy with just the box because it's so pretty. But then I opened it. Okay, I opened it, and on here, there's, oh, this is taped. Here, I'll flip it. Look at, so it says, sending you sunshine and rainbows. And I'm pretty sure this is a stamp that is stamped in Coastal Cabana. Okay, then inside the box was this just unbelievable card. It's so cute. And then a note from Kim, who sent this. And I'll just share a little. It says, when I was pretty ill and up at all hours, I would turn on one of your videos and my worries would subside. I hope you enjoy this box. It's a lot of my favorite things. You're the best. That was just a little bit of what she wrote. I didn't want to write too much or read too much, but seriously, I cried when I opened this. And my family was just like, wow. So first off, this is in here. And I didn't even undo it because I wanted to show you guys and keep it all nice. It's a Barefoot Dreams blanket. Like a blanket. I didn't even know they have blankets, but they do. It's like the softest thing in the entire universe. It's like puppy fur soft. It's really soft. Okay, then this is C's Candies. And they're sugar-free. And she said, I gave up sugar and these are to die for. So I was kind of excited about that. So we'll have one. Well, okay. I've had one before. I think I've had these before because they did seem familiar to me. But they're super, they're like chocolate hard candies, I guess. Does that make sense? So they're pretty good. Then this candle, oh my gosh, it's so good. It smells so good. Then there's these Beekman goat milk hand cream. It's really nice. And then this is honey grapefruit goat milk lip balm. Ooh, it's tinted. So, yay. And then there was also some lip gloss stuff in here. So I got to keep those. But they're in these cute little wrappings, which are just so pretty. Oops, am I doing this right? Yes. And then there is pure goat milk whipped body cream. That's honeyed grape. Well, I think all of these are honeyed grapefruit. Yeah. And then a bar of soap. Oh my gosh, everybody's saying you love this. I don't think I've ever seen this Beekman before, but it's so nice. This still has the thing on it, but so this is whipped body cream. Ooh, that I like that kind of stuff. I know, right? Debbie said, I am loved. Seriously, I've gotten some amazing things from people, but this just was pretty over the top. This is a Capri Blue Volcano, I think is the flavor. It is really yummy. My son's calling me. He knows I'm live. He wants to know what's for dinner. I declined the call. So, how amazing is that? I really just, it was pretty incredible to open this box, and I love it. Like, can I go to sleep with it? Can I sleep with it? So, Kim, a humongous thank you. Woo, to you. Well, that didn't work very well. Okay. So, thank you so very much. I am just honored. Oh, and I forgot to put my earrings on, darn it. I wore this like neutral outfit. Well, okay, I'm not going to take my earrings out here because I'll lose them and that would be bad. But I'll wear them next week. I had them sitting here so I could wear them. I got these last week. I showed these, but I wanted to wear those today. Okay, so now I'm going to flip my camera. I'm going to show you the cards in my mailbox. And then we'll go on to stamp. We're going to stamp today. Okay, so hold on. Okay, then this is funny, you guys. Can you see the white on my table here? Or can you just see the gray? Like, or the wood background? I don't know. Can you see the white? Is there white here? Let me know. Just the wood. Okay, good. Because somebody made a comment on one of my live videos and I don't see the white. And usually I can't see the white. But in this video, I could see the white. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how tacky is that? I had no idea. So I was a little nervous because I thought, oh my gosh, if they can see stuff outside of what I think they can see, that is not good. All right. So I have a few more cards to show you. So this was, oh my gosh, such a sweet card. This one is from Donna. Sorry, I'm still eating this chocolate candy. And isn't this cute? This is from a set of butterflies we had, like it last year maybe, or 2 years ago. I really like the card. But she just had such a sweet thank you message in here. So thank you so much, Donna. Here's another super cute card, wishing you a happy Halloween. And this is from Mary, who also included a card for us to go to Subway. And so I think we're going to use this tomorrow. So thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate that. And that was for a thank you for the swap that we're running in our kickoff group. By the way, if you're part of the kickoff group, don't forget to vote. You have till tomorrow to vote. And then we'll announce winners on Wednesday in the kickoff group for our swap card contest. This beautiful card came to me from, I think, yes, Gail. Just making sure. From Gail, I love this. Super cute card. Then this really fun one. Of course, I love this a lot. This one is from Carla, and she's so sweet. This was also a thank you, and she used, in my opinion, the best set ever. These are stamps and dies from my Pretty Perennials stamp set, which was just pretty sweet to get. And of course, I love the colors. And then this cutie patootie is from Norma, who is part of our swap, and she made like a little matchbook card, which I thought was super cute with them bones. So many fun projects. I was really excited to see all of these. So thank you to everyone. I really love and appreciate receiving cards. It's so wonderful. Sending Happy Mail is so fun, but receiving Happy Mail is really fun too. So thank you. Okay. Oh, and let me show you this card because I don't know if you could see it as well when I was holding it up, but isn't that pretty? So I thought this was super cute. Okay. So class packet sale, I'm like I said, I'm going to add that new class to it, and then I'm going to resend the email out. We still have just a few grab boxes left, and there's still lots of really great class packets left. They are discounted up to 50%. The grab boxes are actually a little over 50%, so it's an amazing deal. It only happens once a year, so you can still get in on this. And if you have already ordered, I've had a few people say, hey, I already ordered, but I can't register again because it says I've already registered. The new link will help you register again. So we'll have that coming out tomorrow. Now, I did not get my Friday Fun video done this week because we ended up having to leave a little bit early for my cousin's thing. So I will have a Friday Fun video this week, and it's a super simple, really cute card. So I'm excited for you guys to see it. So watch for that. I have two classes coming out this month, the Merry and Bright Creativity to Go kit, as well as the Modern Garden online class. And last week we made a project with each of these bundles. They're really great, and we would love to have you be a part of this awesome event. Both of these are going to give you lots of fantastic ideas and really cute cards. We also have a new event called First We Turkey, Then We Stamp. This is something we've never done before. It's the First We Turkey, Then We Stamp camp. It's going to be so much fun. What's great about it is this will work for you on your schedule. The idea is that you could do this like on Black Friday or whenever you want. Your boxes of products will ship so that they'll be to you in time to do things over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And whether you do it Thanksgiving or save it for later on throughout the holidays, it's just the perfect way to get a wonderful creative break. Now, all the projects are going to be all occasion cards. They are not Christmas cards. They are not Thanksgiving cards or anything like that. They're all occasion, use whenever you want cards. They're going to be featuring two bundles, the Warmest Heart bundle, which is just so dang much fun. This cute little thermos bundle, as well as the, let me grab it here, Curved Occasions bundle. And then we're also going to use the patchwork quilt dies, or I think that's what they're called, patchwork pieces dies. Yeah, so all the projects are going to be with these two bundles. It's going to be a great event. We have a event exclusive tote bag that will come with your box and a few other really wonderful surprises. All kinds of goodies included to create your projects with. And then we also have the optional Winter Owls class, which is something you can get at a discount if you are registered for the First We Turkey Then We Stamp Camp. Otherwise, you can get this class will be our November class. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, everything's pre-recorded. There's nothing live. There's no schedule to keep. There's nothing like that. So it's just going to be a wonderful event you can do on your own schedule. So different from anything we've ever really done before. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I think we have 15 projects planned. So I can't wait. Super excited about that. All right. Then we also have some online exclusives that are in pre-order right now. And what that means is if you're a demonstrator or if you join as a demonstrator, you can get these items. They will be released along with some other things next month in November. And one thing that's really great about these online exclusives is that they're really beautiful. I showed I think I showed all the products last week. I won't show them again, but if you would like to join Stampin' Up, you can get these in your starter kit, and your starter kit can be one of two versions. The 35% off the cost of the starter kit, which makes it 64 something, depending on your tax. And then you get $125 in products. So that's basically like half off products. Okay, so like that's a no-brainer right there. You can also choose the 35% extra products, so one or the other. And the 35 extra means you get like $160 some in products for $99. So both are really amazing deals. And that's happening this month. Of course, if you join with me, you'll get all kinds of amazing bonuses as a member of my team. The most important of which, I think, is that we have an incredible community of stampers that you could belong to. We have a very active group, and I offer trainings, incentives, and rewards for people at every level of business, whether you are enjoying your discount or building your empire and anywhere in between. We would love to have you be a part of our group, and we have a pretty good time, I think. I'm also having an event, a special event for my team here in Iowa next month, and I'm very excited about that. And you can still participate in that if you join my team as well. So it's all exciting stuff. So there you go. Okay, for today, I have a really cool technique that I'm excited to share with you, featuring the Beauty Abounds, I think is the name of these decorative masks. It's not the Cheerful Daisies class, which it says on this thing. It's just, I put them in here. Okay, so this is the Beauty Abounds decorative masks. These are in the mini catalog. And you can do this technique with any of our decorative masks, by the way. So I want to show you how I did this. I started with my multi-purpose platform, and then I put, so a plate 1, and then I added to it a plate 3, okay? And then I put my, this is my craft mat, silicone craft mat. All right, then I'm gonna take and put a piece of cardstock down, and then I'm going to put my decorative mask over the top. So position it exactly where you'd like it to be, sort of like that. And then I put my gray plate number 4 down, okay? So I've got a 1, a 3, a silicone craft mat, a piece of cardstock, the decorative mask, and a plate 4. I ran that baby through, and look at the magic that came out. So I have this gorgeous background embossed, okay? But wait, there's more. What we're gonna do with that is we're gonna take the mask, get rid of this stuff, and I will take a picture of that sandwich for you, by the way, in case you would like to be reminded of it, and post it on my blog tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to take my decorative mask and then line it up with what I just embossed. And then we're going to go ahead and color this so it will be colored and embossed, which I think is kind of brilliant. All right, so I'm going to take and use a nice fall color palette of Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, and Wild Wheat. I'm going to start with my Wild Wheat because it's my lightest color. And, ooh, I always forget which thingy, and by thingy I mean, oh, maybe I don't have one for this. I'm trying to remember what color or what thingy, you know, thingy. What are these called? Blending brushes I use for this. I'm just going to use this one. This is a mini one. And this mini one is really good for when you want to put small areas worth of stuff. Now you can kind of try and do real specific areas, or like me, I'm just going to put color down in some spots, and then I'm going to add more color in more spots. But you can kind of do it however you want. Okay, next I'll do Copper Clay, since the Copper Clay and Moody Mauve are pretty much the same color. I want to get rid of some of that ink to start with. Okay, and then I'm just going to add some colors around. And you can have lighter and darker areas. You can blend the colors into one another. You can kind of do whatever you want. All right, now if you need to, you can tape these down, and by tape I would use Post-it notes because those will work. And then I'm going to use this brush for my Moody Mauve, and then we'll of course fill in our areas that are not yet colored. And I went a little bit heavier with that area than I kind of intended. So I might bring back a little bit of the Copper Clay to darken it up a little to match the intensity. And likewise with my Wild Wheat. I was like getting rid of the first bit of color. Ooh, see, because that's pretty dark, but you get the idea. Okay, so then when I take this off, now I don't know if you can appreciate this quite the same level, but it's both raised and embossed, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, now I'm going to take my Moody Mauve marker, and I'm just going to spritz this a little bit because I love spritzing. You could do really any of the colors, but I just chose Moody Mauve because it's handy. All right, and I love that spritzed background. Now I'll probably also spritz with a little clear Winkostella because who doesn't like that? And for that, I'll take and just tap this down with my bone folder, or against my bone folder. And then I just have this gorgeous, gorgeous background, which I love, 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 love. So pretty. Okay, now what I want to do is create my card, and I think I might trim just a little bit off of this. And the reason is so that I can mount, you know, another layer on here. I think, oh, this is already 3 3/4 by 5. Well, maybe I don't need to trim. Okay, so then I thought I would do, well, I have all 3 colors here. I wasn't sure if I should do, yeah, I think I'm going to do copper with a little touch of Wild Wheat because it's just going to bring a nice pop of color. So I'll go 3 7/8 by 5 and an, ooh, that was not the right size though. Let's try this one more time. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay. And then those, that will layer on there like that. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so you could do either color, but I think copper clay is going to look really nice on here. All right, so I'm going to, well, I had a bone folder. Here we go. I'm going to take my bone folder and give that a good crease, and then we'll layer these up. Oh, it's just so pretty. So obviously you can do this with any of the decorative masks, not only from this pack, but we've got 2 other sets in our annual catalog. So that's a really fun way to use those different decorative masks. I love them. Like, I really love them a lot. All right, so I'm going to pop this up on here. Oh, so pretty. And then I wanted this to be just kind of a generalized fall card, nothing too specific. So I thought I'd use the Kindest Expressions stamp set, and I'm going to do the Oh Happy Day. You could do whatever you want. And I've got a tag that I die cut. Now this is from the Merriest Trees dies, and we're going to use that bundle here on a card in a minute, but I thought this was kind of a fun tag to use that would be really nice on this card. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp Oh Happy Day on here. And I did that in my copper clay ink. Now to tie this off, I thought I would do something that I think is quite clever. We'll see what you guys think. But I want a piece of ribbon. You know, I'm going to do the tag like that, roughly. So I'm going to cut this piece of ribbon. And you can see that this ribbon kind of ravels a little bit, which generally I don't want. But in this case, we're going to just keep unraveling it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Okay, and then when we do that, we're gonna just have this fringe left. So I took all of that off, and all I've got now is this fringe. Okay, so I want to, and if I would have been thinking, I would have put this through the hole first, but oh well. I think if I fold it over, I can get it through. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I've got the fringe, which I love. All right, and I want to, and this is a little trick for you, I want to tie this with some linen thread, but that's going to be hard to do. So I'm going to clip it with just a little binder clip like this to hold it in place so that I don't have to have 7 arms. And I was going to use linen thread, but now that I'm thinking of it, I think I'll use my vanilla ribbon from my Essentials or whatever this is, Baker's Twine. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this little bow to hold the fringe. And I think this is just a super fun way to use the ribbon in a different way. And I might add, this is not going to add bulk, a big amount of bulk, like tying a knot or a bow with the ribbon would. So this is kind of an alternative to that. Okay, so there we go. Super fun. And everybody's going to be like, whoa, how did you do that? Is it some kind of magic? And you can say, yes, it is. Okay, so there we go. All right, now I'm going to add that to my card. And just think of the things you could do this with. I think it'll be a lot of fun to play with. And now I did not die cut any leaves like from the All About Autumn bundle, but you could certainly do that and add them to this. That would be fun. But I'm just going to attach this to my card kind of like that. And I just love this fringe. It just is fun and cute. Okay, now of course we're going to embellish. And I think I'm going to take a couple of these adhesive backed sparkle gems for this. And, ooh, lovely. There we go. So there is our first card. I guess we should probably do the inside, right? I know how y'all feel about the insides of cards. Okay, so I'm going to just quick do a little bit. Now, here's what's kind of brilliant about this particular stencil is because it's got the clean edge. Well, that's not true. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. I just happen to have these scraps. These are about an inch long strip, and I'm just going to do this on my inch long strip because that way I won't get ink where I don't want it. And I'm just using what's left on my blending brushes. I'm not even gonna re-ink these unless I must, but I'll put a little bit of color on here like that, and then I can add this to the inside of my card, and it's like it's designer series paper. Now, if I was really nice or really good, I could emboss this piece as well, but for the sake of time, I won't. But isn't that fun? And then we'll just snip off the excess here and put this on the inside of our card. And you could add another sentiment to this or just use it to write in. And I think it's gorgeous. Oh, how much fun is this? So I like this because that little strip just makes it nice and clean looking. I was thinking we would just do it from the edge down, but then I figured, oh, there's no way I wasn't going to go, you know, I was going to get ink up here for sure, and that's not going to look good. So that's better. And I used up a scrap that I had just sitting on my desk, and that always makes me happy. So a lot of tips with this. You can emboss with your folder, or with your, sorry, of course you can emboss with folders, but you can emboss with stencils. Use the binder clip to hold things while you're tying the bow around them, and then use the strip to continue that pattern on the inside of your card. So there you go. All kinds of fun tips today, and a cool color combination. I really like these three: Wild Wheat, Copper Clay, and Moody Mauve. Awesome, awesome colors. All right, and those are, of course, are all of our in colors. So that is our first card. Now our second card is a really simple card, but I made it fancy by adding some extra layers of cardstock to it. So if you wanted to make it a little less fancy, you could easily do that by just taking out a layer or two from what I've got here. I just got to grab my stamp. Now, I have this stamped on, I have this set up on my Stamparatus, which I know we don't have the Stamparatus anymore, but I think a lot of you have them already. And this is the, what is the name? This is the background stamp in the mini catalog, and I cannot think of the name of it. It's like Peaceful Deer, but not. I can't, I'm trying to find my case for it. Oh, here we go. It's the Graceful Deer. See, Peaceful Deer, but not Graceful Deer. Anyway, so the Graceful Deer stamp, and we are going to ink this up in some gray granite. Okay. And what's really cool about this, so I made 60 of these for our swap that we did when we were in Las Vegas back in August, the end of August. And it was so easy to make these because of the Stamparatus. So you can see my design right here. I want basically this much of the design. And so I've got this scrap paper to make it super easy to stamp. Okay, so I'm going to take a little piece of vanilla cardstock, and I think this is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to kind of position it right here, like so. I've inked up my stamp, and now I'm going to stamp it down like this. And let's just make this process go easy like that. And voila, there we go. Super duper easy. All right, now that was most of the stamping. Now the rest of the stamping is going to come from the Christmas Classics stamp set, and I'm just going to use one of these images, and I'm going to stamp this on a scrap of vanilla cardstock. Oh. And I'm going to stamp it in some Pebbled Path. So 2 takeaways from this. Pebbled Path and Gray Granite are an unexpected but awesome color combination that I really like. And we're going to layer them up together on this card. And I think they're perfect for this card, by the way. Okay, so Tidings of Comfort and Joy. So I'm going to punch this on, I think actually I'm going to use a 1 3/4 inch circle. Okay, let me pull this out. Yes. So 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Perfect. I'm going to close this up just so that we don't have any situations arise, as they sometimes do. Now let's do our card. I'm going to start with a Gray Granite card base. Now, depending on what you do, you can put a photo in your card, or you can put a layer in your card, you know, whatever. And then I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Pebbled Path. So again, you can see how these 2 colors look really nice together. I've embossed with the, I think this is called Snowfall or Falling Snow embossing folder. This is in the holiday catalog. This background on a piece of Very Vanilla, and this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, and then I'm gonna layer all these up. And I might add, you can do either side of this. So this is the debossed side. This is the embossed side, and either side will actually look really nice. I'm going to do the debossed, and then I'll show you the other version, and you can pick whichever you think you like the best. But sometimes this is fun to have the debossed side facing up. Okay, and then I will attach that to my card. So like I said, if you want to omit any of these layers, you easily could. So you could just skip the layer of Pebbled Path under there if you wanted to simplify this a little bit. All right, I also have a layer of Pebbled Path that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to attach that directly to my card like that. Okay. Then I've got a 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 inch panel of Pebbled Path, or no, Gray Granite. Sorry, this is Gray Granite. And I'm going to attach my stamped piece directly to that. And again, this is where you could eliminate either this one or this one if you wanted to keep it a little bit more simplified. All right, but I'm going to pop this layer up. And I love the popping up of kind of one of these layers. I think that's just a fun look, and it's something a little different. Okay. So there we go. And isn't that looking fancy pants? So pretty. Okay, now at this point, if you wanted, you could take your clear Wink of Stella and you could put some Wink of Stella in some places, such as the snowfall or the snow on the ground. Okay, now this is a little extra. Now I'm going to put my circle right here, so I don't need to cover all of this area, but just a little bit with some sparkle. Okay, so that's pretty. I did not do this step in the swap. But what I love about this is you can really put this all together quite quickly. I felt like I needed a little something between the deer and my sentiment. So I grabbed a little bit of my ribbon, and we're just going to do, I guess, I would call it a loop. It's not a zigzag, it's just a loop of ribbon. Like that. And what I'm going to do is put a little adhesive on here so I can kind of stick this to my adhesive. Then I'm going to kind of sandwich this on my card with dimensionals above and below that ribbon. And then you saw I put a little bit of adhesive down also just to kind of keep everything in its place. And isn't that pretty? But wait, there's one more final step. I've got somewhere, I had some, anyway, rustic metallic dots. Darn it, I pulled them out so I'd have them handy, and I don't know what I did with them. Oh, I'm always so organized, except for the one little thing, right? Well, darn it all. Oh, maybe I have some more. This is my solution to everything, is just grab the next packet. It's terrible, isn't it? Okay, but I often have more than one of things. Okay, so I'm going to take and use my take your pick tool to just add a couple of little of these rustic metallic dots to this card to just jazz it up. Now, here's what I also love about this is this card, maybe you would change up the colors slightly. Like I could see doing this in like navy blue and misty moonlight. That'd be really pretty. But this would make a really nice winter masculine birthday card or retirement card or thank you card. So I love that this is obviously totally a Christmas card, but could definitely be made into other types of cards depending on how you did it. Oops. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. And I made 60 of these really in a pretty quick amount of time because, it was pretty easy putting all these pieces together, and I did it, assembly style. So I stamped all the pieces, then I punched all the circles, then I stamped the sentiment, then I cut all the ribbon, then I, layered the layers, one layer at a time. I did each one step by step. So it didn't take as long as you would think it would take a card with this much happening on it. So I really liked it. So that's my second card. Okay. Oh, and I was going to show you, here is the one with the debossed, and then here's my sample with the embossing. So you can tell me which you prefer, or I don't even think it makes a difference. So either one is kind of awesome, and if you ask me. All right. So there's that card. And then my last card is another fun one. Now this one I could also see doing in lots of different color combinations. Let me pick up the mess I've kind of created here real quick. And then we'll make our final card. Now this one, as I alluded to earlier, features the Merriest Trees bundle, and I really like this tree bundle. I think it's super cute. It is going to be great for Christmas as well, and I loved that embossing folder we used on the last card. We're going to use it again on this card. So I kind of like doing the crossover of supplies a little bit. Okay, so let me put these circle punches away. Sorry. Just gotta get tidy. Punches take up a lot of space on your desk. All right, so on this card, I'm going to start with a card base. I already folded it of Garden Green. And then I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 panel of basic white. And I have embossed this with that same snowfall or falling snow embossing folder. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. You get the idea though. Okay, so I've got that attached to the front of my card. And then I pre-die cut 3 Christmas trees. So I've got 2 in Garden Green and 1 in Pretty Peacock. And I thought we could do a little embossing. So I'm going to take my Pretty Peacock, drop that embossing buddy on here, and then we're going to stamp this with Versamark. And this is it says we wish you a Merry Christmas, and it's like in the shape of a tree. Now I'll tell you, I originally thought I would do it on this size of tree, and while I could fit it on there, it was pretty tight. So I decided to do the next biggest tree, because in the dies there's trees in a whole bunch of sizes, and I felt on this size it was much easier to both stamp and read. And especially if you were making a bunch of these, I think this would make a big difference. Okay, so I'm going to emboss this with some silver embossing powder. And you know, if you're more comfortable stamping first and then die cutting, you certainly can do that. But when I emboss, I like to have the piece embossed. And don't you like how I just set that down? There we go. But so I don't burn my fingers off. We're just going to heat this up. And I love that we've got this little tool. Oh, you know, this would work for that little trick I showed you. This would work for holding the tag stuff. This would work too. Okay, so we've embossed that in silver. And then what we're going to do is arrange these on our card. Okay, so I thought we would do like this kind of a situation where this one is stamped or popped up, and then these two are off to the side. Okay, so we'll pop this up. And I thought it would be kind of brilliant if we embellished these trees a little bit. So I took my handy dandy adhesive backed glimmer paper, and I die cut myself some pieces and parts. So the dies in this set include these little like garland pieces, and isn't it just brilliant to die cut them from our adhesive backed glimmer paper, so you can just kind of stick them on the tree. Okay, so here's the next one, and we'll just put that on there like so. Oh, and you could stamp these with the tree stamp, by the way, which I did not do. Oh, look at that. It's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to do that again with this one. Okay, so we've got that one, and then this one. I love the adhesive backed glimmer paper. I hope whoever thought of that, like, got a raise. a good product. So cute. This is a little crooked, but we're going to go with it. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'll just tuck that in behind there. And we'll tack it down. Now I also, and I love this about this little set of dies, there's also several different stars for on top of the tree. And there's both like stars or like this is like a twinkle star. So I'm going to take this big one and put it up here. And then I've got some smaller ones to put on our small tree. And you can see there's a little bit. I've got the backing on here. But how cute is that? And I just love the sparkle. And there's like 3 or 4 of these different sizes and slightly different shaped dies. So we're going to try them all out. Oh, I already got the backing off. Glad I didn't try any harder to get that off. But look at how fun that is. So this is obviously not the kind of card you're going to make 150 of unless you're really into that kind of thing. I'm lazy, so not so much for me. But let's finish this up by taking some ribbon. Now this is from our red and green ribbon combo pack, so it's real red and garden green, and we're just going to tie a little bow on here, or well, or not. I think a knot is probably plenty. Okay, so there's our ribbon. I'll just trim that down like so. Isn't that cute? Okay, now if I still have it, like I said before, I die cut, or I was intending to have the little tree as instead of the big tree on here. So I have an extra little tree somewhere. Aha, here it is. And I thought I could put this on the inside of my card. Okay, so we'll just take and put that right here. And then I'm going to add my sentiment, which I love this set because it's got innie and outie sentiments, my favorite. And we're just going to stamp this with a little garden green to go on the inside. And then I think I should have one more star die cut. I hope I do anyway. Hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. Oh, so cute. Okay, so we'll just attach that right here. And let's see. Ooh. Maybe I only have this great big star, but that's okay. It's not like terrible. But, oh, perfect. Okay, and then you could even put, there's like little ornaments and whatnot you could put on here. But that's the inside of my card. So super fun, if you ask me. Okay, so let me close this ink pad up. So this set of dies includes that tag we made on the first card. So I love the dies, especially. It cuts out, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's like a million trees. Then there's all these different stars. And then of course the tag. So there's a lot you can do with this. And then you can stamp the tree and die cut it to be, you know, full size, smaller, 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 smaller still. So I love how versatile they made this. And then there's details to put on the tree as well. So you can, I didn't stamp the tree this time, but you totally could. Anyway, there's that card. All right, let me show you my other projects. So we did this card with the Pebbled Path and Gray Granite combo of colors, which I loved. And then we did this card where we embossed with the stencil and then colored with our blending brushes on the stencil, and then did the inside as well. So fun cards today. I hope you guys enjoyed them. And then, like I said, I've got a really, really fun project on Friday to share with you. That was supposed to go up last week, but when you got to go to a bodybuilding competition early in Minneapolis, you got to go to a bodybuilding competition early in Minneapolis. And if you missed that whole story, watch the beginning because it's worth it. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here with me today, friends. I had a great time stamping with you. I hope you loved these projects and the fun little tips that I shared along the way. And you guys have a great day. Of course, if you'd like to purchase any of the supplies used in this in today's video, feel free to shop my online store. There's a link in the description of this video, and I have a free gift with a $75 or more purchase. And you also will support a wonderful stamping enthusiast who somehow fell into the career of inspiring others. I would appreciate your business. And if you want to buy a bunch of things, go ahead and join. It's such a good deal this month with our 35 special. You get 35% off or 35% extra products in your kit, whichever one you want. If you have any questions about it, let me know. But there's so many perks to doing this. I highly recommend it. And of course, joining with me is extra fun. Have a wonderful week, my friends. I hope wherever you are, you're doing well. And I will see you right back here on Friday. Have a great day, guys. Bye.